keep myself at home and not go and attend events because I was just not acknowledged as someone worth it. Because I was still seen as a struggler, a newcomer who has to start from scratch, not as someone who has done probably a dozen films, which is like double, triple times a lot of people who used to be on the front seat. So not so good things that would have happened to me in the beginning of my career. I wouldn't let that happen. I can't say that, I'll be very practical in saying that it's not like my female actors will suddenly get money at par with the male actors of other films. Because वो budget ही नहीं होता ना हमारी फिल्म का.
Exactly.
That's the practicality of it.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
But yes, their treatment, the way they feel the star of the film, I'll make sure they feel like the star of the film. That's the way they should be treated. Just because they're female doesn't mean they're any way less for me. They are my heroes. Maybe people call me pessimist, that I feel that maybe I don't feel that मेरे generation में मेरे सामने equality आएगी. I honestly don't feel that. I would love to be proven wrong.
I think it's your practical. It's been years she's been saying I'll walk the talk, and Taapsee Pannu is doing exactly that and taking some wonderful women along with her. Let's talk about things that she's doing, and let's welcome to our show actor, producer, and so much more, the wonderful Taapsee Pannu.
Oh, what an introduction. I'm almost running the talk now. I'm almost running the talk.
But you are. It's saying that, but what I saw with Dhak Dhak and your enthusiasm was the fact that this is my baby, and I have some of the strongest women of the industry leading it.
Yeah.
And did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right. And it's so heartwarming every day when this was filming, and we are still like 4-5 days left for the shoot. But they have finished, like हाथ ही निकल गया, पूंछ रह गई, अब तो वो हालत है. Oh, what a feeling, yeah, to see every day finish कि call sheet आज पूरी हुई है. आज ये किया है, आज you to see those pictures of what is happening on set, even though I was not physically present there, it was just like a heartwarming feeling. Generally, I don't know if I felt like that after accomplishing the things that I've done as an actor also. This is a different feeling altogether. I have not explored this territory much. I'm still taking one step at a time. But this is a different feeling. I've never experienced this feeling before.
सबको equal vanity दिया है ना? कि आपने
सबको equal दिया है on record, on paper.
I'll talk.
You talk to all 4 of them.
I'll call Diya today.
Yeah, please do. Vanity room, सब कुछ.
जो आपको नहीं मिला था वो आप
बस that is the whole idea.
But it's true, right? I want to give a reference to it. This is not what you had got through when you started off,
that's
right?
true.
And you had said you'll change things.
Yeah, at least whatever is in my capacity, I'll do it all. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि सडनली पहली फिल्म बना रही हूँ, अगर पहली दूसरी तीसरी फिल्म के अंदर इट्स नॉट लाइक मुझे 100 करोड़ का बजट मिल जाएगा. इट्स नॉट. बट एटलीस्ट जो भी मेरे को मिलेगा, आई विल डू जस्टिस टू इट. इट विल नॉट बी लाइक कि मेरी तो खैर चारों ही हीरो हैं मेरे फिल्म के अंदर. इट्स नॉट लाइक अ हीरो हीरोइन भी होते तब भी इट वुड हैव बीन इक्वल फॉर मी.
When you want to play Mithali Raj, my main interesting part was I thought both of you have very similar characteristic traits, personality wise. Because you keep referring to the press conference, but you have been a part of so many of those places where you have actually called out things that are wrong, and I don't think a lot of actors still do that. Did you also see when you saw that you're like, you know what, this is my girl?
So I think ideologically, personality wise, we have actually very different personalities, but our ideologies, what hits us, what hurts us, what we want to stand up for, are very similar.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that press conference, that statement was the one that made me take notice of her, because it just suddenly resonated with me, na? Ki arey yaar, this is exactly what I've been going through, what I feel like saying, what I have mentioned before. So this is like, wow, there is another one who thinks exactly like that, and that too in a field again which is heavily dominated by men. So she has the guts to call it out. And she
have to.
Yeah, so it just resonated with me, and at that time I had no idea तो कि picture बनेगी इस पे कभी या फिर मेरे पास आएगी कभी. I had no idea at that point. So it was, I think in a way, universe started manifesting it from that time onwards, and then eventually
you were like, wow.
I was like, wow.
I met my tribe like that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what a statement to make at that position. So when it came to me, I was like, there is no way I'm going to let this opportunity go out of my hands. And it came to me way early. It was before even the script was ready. It came to me when only the rights were taken, research material was there was no script. So I was lucky enough that these people reached out to me and then thought of me, kept me in mind and wrote the script.
Yeah.
That this one is going to play. Because I think for them to be fair, they wanted someone who will give us the commitment of prepping up what it takes to be a Mithali Raj, because it's by no means the easy thing to play someone like her, to be a legend suddenly for someone who has never picked up a bat. So yeah, so it required that kind of commitment, and hence they reached out to me way too early. And
To
then
see how you sort of react to it also.
to
Na?
see that if I'm ready to give that much of time and effort that will be needed to learn the sport and be Mithali on screen.
When you met Mithali, did you say exactly this, what you told me, about how I have felt exactly the same in a male-dominated society where people are so obsessed with male superstars and I'm still making my round? Did
Actually,
you tell
the
that to
first
her?
time I met her, I'm very intimidated and dumbfounded when I meet sports stars.
Which is fair.
Yeah, I'm relatively at ease when I meet movie stars because I think because I've been seeing sports more than what I've seen movies while I was growing up. So for me, they are big stars who represent the country and who perform under so much pressure. There are no double takes that happen in their lives. So my respect level for them is way higher. So when I met her, I was just like very, like I had to like just come to terms with the fact that I am going to be standing next to her and going to be her on screen. So that itself took a little while for me, and then I think she got into, after that first meeting, she got busy with her matches and with being in the bubble, prepping up for the tournaments, being in the tournaments, prepping up for World Cup, while I was doing my training and all. And then I met her very late in a couple of events, and then I met over dinner and all. I don't think I ever had this, by that time I think I was outspoken enough to say what had really clicked.
You had told her?
I think I had mentioned it on camera in her presence.
You told her that you know you.
Yeah, so I think she knows it by now. I've not probably told her on face like, okay, listen, this is what. But I've mentioned it in her presence. I've mentioned it enough and more number of times over months now that this is what clicked with me.
Now that you have, you know, a lot of that power, maybe you of course need more. You have a little bit of that backing, and you know you have established yourself. But has it made things easier when you ask for things to change now, or you put your foot down, or do you see there is still resistance? And how do you react to that now after you know you are in it, you have created a position like that for yourself?
Obviously, things are the hurdles are different now. A lot of things are smoothened out, but I have been introduced to new types of hurdles.
Jaise ki?
See, now the hurdle is to get an access or get the visibility to the kind of audience or to the scale of audience that I would want to get that kind of a scale that's needed for my films, which are headlined by me and not by a hero, a male protagonist. So that's the different hurdle, you know, to get a certain kind of a budget approved for a film headlined by a female. Those kind of struggles are there. To get equal number of screens for a film that is going to release.
मिल रहा है अभी वो थोड़ा?
नहीं.
अभी नहीं मिल रहा.
नहीं. And it's going to be a long fought battle. We'll have to keep fighting it.
Because the other side argument is, but वो लोग audience को लाते हैं theatres में. That argument continues,
that
right?
continues, ना? And it's a vicious circle. Audience बोलती है कि नहीं हमारे को तो वही वाली पिक्चर दिखी, हमारे को पता नहीं चला तुम्हारी पिक्चर रिलीज हुई है, फिर वो कहते हैं अच्छा PR में स्पेंड नहीं किया. But so it's a vicious circle. Everything has a reason behind it, but it's a circle. It's going round and round in circles. So need to really push and you know break that circle somewhere, or at least do my part in pushing that circle का एक edge out to break it through. So all you can do is you know keep trying. I keep saying maybe people call me pessimist, that I feel that maybe I don't feel that मेरे generation में मेरे सामने equality आएगी. I honestly don't feel that. I would love to be proven wrong.
I think it's you're practical. I mean it'll take a lot more time.
I would love it if they prove me wrong. You know who will be happier. But I feel if I give up, then my next generation also will not be able to see the equality. So I might as well keep pushing it so that ये never ending तो ना हो. कभी तो change आए.
As a producer, have you had to say no to things because you realize कि you know you've heard that?
I think to me that वो questions ही ऐसे नहीं आते. I think by now people know what to expect or what not to expect out of a film that I would want to be a part
Producing
of, be
or
it as a
whatever.
producer or as an actor. They know and my partner Pranjal, he knows exactly, he knows me in and out, he knows my do's and don'ts very clearly. So वो आएगी ही ऐसी नौबत जो मुझे लगे कि this will not happen. So all the films that I produce will be in sync with my thought process that you've been seeing me as an actor. It will not be like suddenly ये film मैं कैसे produce कर सकती हूँ, ये film is suddenly out of line with the kind of films I'm doing as an actor. ऐसा नहीं लगेगा. They'll not have me, but they'll still have the thought process that I have. That will be there. And yeah, the treatment wise also, obviously I don't want all the wrongs or not so good things that would have happened to me in the beginning of my career. I wouldn't let that happen. I can't say that. I'll be very practical in saying that it's not like my female actors will suddenly get money at par with the male actors of other films, because वो budget ही नहीं होता ना हमारी film का.
Exactly.
That's the practicality of it.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
But yes, their treatment, the way they'll feel the star of the film, I'll make sure they feel like the star of the film. That's the way they should be treated. Just because they're female doesn't mean they're any way less for me. They are my heroes.
मुझे याद है रश्मि रॉकेट के टाइम में बहुत ज़्यादा फिजिकल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ था. उसमें भी ऑफ कोर्स हमारे प्यारे दोस्त आपके ट्विटर के खुश तो हो नहीं सकते वो, चलो कोई नहीं. But I'm saying that it was a great transformation, right? But I still feel that even for Mithali's biopic, I know that the kind of effort you've put in is crazy, right?
Yeah,
the amount of hours.
That pressure was constantly on my head every single day. That you're not just learning a sport, you're going to represent someone who is considered legend in this sport. You look at her statistics and you start getting a little scared of, will you be able to do justice to till date? My constant check with the people who trained me, the girls who trained me, and Mithali is always like, are you okay? Does it look okay?
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
I keep checking it. अभी गाना रिलीज हुआ है, मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन यही था मेरे ट्रेनर से, is it all looking okay? So mine, even to Srijit sir, I was like, sir, आप मुझे घिसा दो अच्छे से, but please make it look like proper, authentic, real cricket. I will be hard. You can
don't edit.
Yeah, don't. I mean, I can take trolling, I can take all of that, but I'll be heartbroken if they say कि लड़की है तो क्रिकेट ढंग से नहीं खेला.
Exactly where I was going with.
Yeah. So that is the only comment I'm not ready to hear. Rest, everything else I've heard, anything nasty, I don't take myself too seriously, so I'm okay, you can say whatever you want. But this is my work. I have learnt it and given it all I have. So nobody should pick up a finger and say that just because she's a girl, she cannot do it properly.
Because you said this, I want to know, tell me सबसे difficult shot क्या था? जिसके लिए you were like यार एक और दो.
Square cut. Square cut was the most difficult shot to hit. Cover drive and off, all the off drives and all were first things I learnt, which I kind of like got it right sooner. Much sooner than my square cuts were very difficult to get. It was very, very precision with timing to get that shot right.
Listen, I want to know, uncle might be really impressed now, na? Because cricket is something, you know what I mean? Baki chalo no, but
actually
like
my dad is not just he's been a hockey player during his college time, so he's not really a cricket obsessed person. He follows a lot of sports. It's because of him that I ended up seeing a lot of sports, because he used to watch sports on television, so I used to see a lot of sports because of him. But he's still not a man of a lot of words, so it's not like the fact that he shared my trailer on his Facebook profile is enough that, okay, maybe he liked it.
Parents giving compliments on Facebook Twitter is validation, yaar. He's made that effort to put it and get it right.
I understand it like that. Facebook profile pe share hua matlab acha hai. The ads I know he shares, my ads that he shares on Facebook, or my pictures that he shares on Facebook, I know, okay, this he validates, he likes.
Said it that way. You've been touring the world.
Yeah.
Thankfully for a break after obviously the films that you've been working on. Then with a few excellent announcements while you are touring also.
Yeah.
Dunki, this, that, all of that. And of course then for your own premiere. So why don't you round up for what is happening in your life, Miss Globetrotter?
I love my holiday time there, because it is my only refreshment of life. You know how I get rejuvenated to come back and deep dive into the madness of promotions. This is the most anxious, most stressful time for an actor to promote a film, because it's up for release in theaters now. So I mean, like from that zen chill mode, I have landed in the most stressful mode right now. But okay, it's a part of the life that I chose for myself, so I'm going to go through it with a smile on my face. Yeah, other than that, life has been good, yeah. It's been good. I've gotten a chance to work with some of the best in the industry. I'm trying to do my best. Some really wonderful scripts coming my way, some beautiful roles to portray. Yeah, it's been going in the right direction so far for me, so no regrets.
Dobara mein mila ki nahi?
Oh, that also. Yeah, see, I'll tell you honestly. So when I was sitting in the festival screenings, I have kind of accepted that fact that no audience of a festival screening can dislike an Anurag Kashyap film.
Really?
They love him. So I have stopped taking, that as a very surprising compliment that they loved the film.
Or like getting very happy also about it.
Yeah, because I have realized that they all love Anurag Kashyap. You should see the amount of fan following he has. When I've been for a couple of film festivals when Manmarziyan released.
Yeah.
Okay, it had its world premiere in TIFF, Toronto International Film
Yeah.
Festival, a huge film festival, and now this, and there are a couple of more festivals the film is going to go to. And I am not even nervous or stressed about how it's going to get the response it's going to get. They all love Anurag Kashyap and love his films.
Anurag loves the attention. You tell him, star तो आप लग रहे हो.
साथ वो है they love, you know, they will not accept that he has made a mistake. If he has made a mistake also, he'll try to like cover it up, but they'll be like, ये mistake ही नहीं है ही नहीं. They're like that obsessed with Anurag Kashyap.
It's great. Okay, I know that in Dunki, and I don't know how much you can talk about it.
I can't talk about it
much.
Yeah.
But you've always said that I have been a Bollywood actress. There has to be a time where I am opposite King Khan.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Yeah, that's a big bucket list of, I think, possibly every actress or even an actor for that matter. There's so many friends of mine I know around, some of them who have worked in the industry, who are like, you know, like हम लड़की बन जाएंगे, हमारे को काम मिले अगर उनके opposite तो
पेड़ बन जाएंगे, पेड़
पेड़ बन जाएंगे,
पेड़ बन जाएंगे.
हाँ, तो it's like that kind of obsession and love for him that everyone has, especially when you come from Delhi ना, वो एक वो दिल्ली वालों की अलग ही affinity है उनकी तरफ, and rightfully so.
Okay,
he has
he's a hustler, na?
Yeah, he has the charm, he has the impact on, he has that impact in person on people around him. So none of that is exaggerated. That is all is true. Whatever is felt and known about him, and his victory feels personal, his loss feels personal. That's how it is.
He didn't have a release, and look at how people still love him.
Yeah, madness, like madness, and rightfully so.
क्या बोला कि एक रील बनाया कि नहीं तापसी?
I want reel
शाहरुख के साथ?
like slow motion running. वो let me just absorb and accept the fact that this is happening. When I get comfortable with that, ना, is when I tell him, sir, आप वहाँ दूर से ना एक बारी भाग कर आना 40 frames. I just want to capture it.
But I think we are very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And this is just the beginning, and all the very best. In fact, in the sense that people keep talking about pan-India actress, and I want to say that you actually, you know, transitioned so smoothly when you were doing a lot of South films to there, and you were actually not accepted here.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It was it's smooth now that you look back at it. At that time, it was very, very bumpy, very, very difficult. I had to keep myself at home and not go and attend events because I was just not acknowledged as someone
Bollywood.
worth it. Because I was still seen as a struggler, a newcomer who has to start from scratch, not as someone who has done probably a dozen films, which is like double, triple times a lot of people who used to be on the front seat. So I have seen those bumpy times to now seeing all the actors of South being treated as big stars here. So it's a good, much needed change.
Great. South North, I think you'll always be a star, Taapsee.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I love how Taapsee gets very embarrassed. Suddenly I become serious and give this compliment.
Yeah, I get very embarrassed with that star. I just
I'm going to keep calling you that. I feel like यही तो manifest करना पड़ेगा. हम नहीं करेंगे और कम करेंगे.
बोलते रहो भगवान star बना दो please बाबूजी star बना दो.
Please बाबूजी star बना दो. You are a star and you know that. But thank you so much, Taapsee.
Thank you.
Always lovely chatting with you, and I feel you're going to hit it out of the park.
Literally.
Literally. Thank you once again.
Thank you.